4 September 1942, 23:18 hours, Berlin, altitude 26,000 feet. Searchlights claw upward through the clouds, white fingers grasping at nothing. Below, the city breathes in darkness, blackout curtains tight, streets empty, the capital of the Reich asleep but tense. Somewhere in the distance, flak guns cough once, then stop. There is no engine roar, no bomber stream, no warning. Only a thin, almost ghostly hum sliding through the cold air. Inside the cockpit, Flight Lieutenant Don Bennett keeps his hands steady on the controls. Frost creeps along the canopy edges. The instruments glow dim red. Airspeed high, too high for comfort. The aircraft is light, dangerously light, and moving faster than anything this city expects tonight. Beneath him, Berlin. A Mosquito, built of spruce and plywood, no defensive guns, no armor worth naming. A machine that, on paper, should not survive 5 minutes over enemy territory. Yet here it is, alone, unchallenged, threading the darkness with surgical precision. Bennett glances at the clock. Seconds matter. Timing is everything. Somewhere ahead, the target markers will bloom, and the heavies, Lancasters, Halifaxes, will follow the path he carves through the night. But for now, he is alone. German radar stations sweep the sky, operators leaning closer to their scopes. The screens show confusion, a flicker, a trace that moves too fast, too clean. Commanders hesitate. Is it interference, a fault, another false alarm? The Mosquito slips past them all. Below, the first flares ignite, drifting down like slow-burning stars. Berlin's air defenses awaken too late. Sirens begin to howl, fractured, uncertain. Up here, the wooden aircraft turns gently, almost delicately, as if mocking the concrete, steel, and arrogance beneath it. And in this moment, unseen and unstoppable, a dangerous realization is about to dawn over Germany's capital.
Hatfield Aerodrome, England, winter 1940. The smell of glue hangs heavy in the cold air. Not oil, not hot metal, glue. Workmen in aprons bend over curved frames of spruce, hands steady, movements precise. There is no thunder of riveting guns, no sheets of aluminum stacked like armor plates. This is an aircraft factory that looks more like a furniture workshop. And that is exactly why the men in uniform are uneasy. Air Chief Marshal Sir Wilfrid Freeman watches in silence as engineers from de Havilland roll out the prototype. The skeptics whisper behind him, "Wood burns, wood splinters, wood does not survive flak or fighters." In a war defined by steel, this aircraft feels like an insult to modern combat. Geoffrey de Havilland doesn't argue. He lets the numbers speak. 2 Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, clean lines, no gun turrets, no drag, no wasted weight. Speed will be the armor, altitude the shield. The philosophy is radical, almost reckless. If you are fast enough, nothing can touch you. Across the channel, Hermann Göring boasts that no enemy aircraft will reach Berlin. The Luftwaffe rules the sky, he insists. German engineers scoff at the rumors filtering through intelligence channels. A bomber made of wood? Impossible. But test pilots feel it immediately. The moment the Mosquito lifts off, it behaves differently. It climbs like a fighter. It accelerates like something alive. The airframe sings instead of shudders. In level flight, it outruns Spitfires sent to intercept it. Reports reach Bomber Command, then Coastal Command, then Fighter Command. Each one sees a different weapon potential: Pathfinder, intruder, night fighter, submarine hunter. One airframe, endless roles. Still, approval comes slowly, too slowly, because betting the war on glue and plywood feels like madness. Until the first missions begin, until crews come back smiling, until enemy pilots start reporting something they cannot catch. And somewhere in Germany, radar operators begin to notice a pattern they don't yet understand.
30th January 1943. Low Countries, airspace, pre-dawn. A thin band of gray creeps along the horizon as two mosquitoes cut across occupied Europe at treetop height. Frost bites through flight gloves. The Merlins run smooth, throttles pushed forward, needles trembling just below red line. Every village, every church spire flashes past in seconds. You can feel the speed. German flak crews scramble, swinging guns that were never designed to track something this fast, this low. Bursts tear the air behind them, black flowers blooming too late. The mosquitoes don't weave, they don't panic, they simply go faster. Inside one cockpit, the navigator counts down softly. Timing is exact. Seconds decide survival. Ahead lies the target, Eindhoven, home to Philips factories vital to German electronics and radar production. The bomb bay doors crack open. In Berlin, Goering's birthday is being celebrated with speeches and confidence. Luftwaffe patrols are relaxed, fighter groups are positioned for heavy bomber streams that never come. The mosquitoes arrive instead. Bombs fall with precision, ripping through factory roofs before alarms fully sound. The aircraft are gone almost immediately, already climbing, already vanishing into cloud. By the time Bf-109 scramble, the attackers are ghosts. Reports flood Luftwaffe headquarters. Radar plots show impossible speeds. Pilots report visual contact for mere seconds. One claims the aircraft looked wrong, too sleek, too quiet. Night fighter units are ordered to adjust tactics, new intercept angles, higher readiness, faster response. It doesn't help. The mosquito keeps coming, by day, by night, over France, over Norway, over Germany itself. It hunts U-boats in the Bay of Biscay, rockets tearing steel hulls apart before crews can dive. It stalks night fighters on their own airfields, strafing runways in the dark. Crews begin to trust the aircraft completely, not because it is invincible, but because it gives them something no bomber has ever truly offered: choice. If danger appears, they don't endure it, they outrun it. And with every successful mission, German confidence erodes just a little more. But the Luftwaffe is learning too, and soon they will spring a trap designed specifically for the wooden intruder.
Summer 1943, Western Germany, 0241 hours. The night is thick with cloud, the kind that swallows sound. Below, the Ruhr glows faintly, industry burning through blackout discipline. Somewhere ahead, a mosquito crosses an invisible line, one drawn not on maps, but in German planning rooms. This time, the Luftwaffe is ready. Freya and Würzburg radar stations work together, operators trained to ignore the noise and focus on speed. A clean return slices across the scope, too fast for a bomber, too steady for interference. Orders snap down the line. Night fighters scramble, Ju-88s and Bf-110s climbing hard, engines howling into the dark. Inside the Mosquito, the warning comes late. A sudden flare of light behind them. Tracers. The pilot shoves the throttles forward. The airframe vibrates, protesting, then settles as speed builds. The altimeter spins. The aircraft climbs, then rolls, slipping into cloud. For a moment, it feels like the old story: speed, escape, silence. But the Germans have learned. A Ju-88 slides in from below, its radar operator guiding the pilot with calm, lethal precision. Cannon fire tears through the cloud. Wood splinters. A shock runs through the fuselage. The Mosquito lurches. Inside, the navigator shouts damage reports. Fuel pressure unstable. Controls heavy. The aircraft is hurt, but still flying. The pilot makes a decision that would be unthinkable in a heavier bomber. He dives. The Mosquito drops out of the cloud at terrifying speed, skimming just above flak range, engines screaming. The German fighter overshoots, unable to match the descent without tearing itself apart. Moments later, the Mosquito vanishes into darkness, wounded but alive. On the ground, German commanders mark a rare success. Confirmed damage, possible kill. Champagne is not poured, but hope stirs. The wooden aircraft can be hit. It can be hunted. Countermeasures are ordered. Heavier armament, specialized night fighter units, new radar tactics. Yet, for every Mosquito lost, more arrive. And as the war grinds on, the aircraft's role begins to change again, quietly evolving into something even more decisive, something that will shape the destruction of Germany itself.
22 June 1944. Over France, 2156 hours. The sky ahead glows faint orange, the distant promise of fire yet to come. Far behind, a bomber stream stretches for miles, Lancasters and Halifaxes droning in tight formation, their crews tense, waiting for guidance. They cannot see the target yet. The Mosquitoes can. Flying ahead of the main force, Pathfinder crews lean over glowing maps and timing charts. This is a different kind of courage. No mass, no protection, just speed, precision, and absolute trust in instruments and training. Below them lies a rail junction feeding German divisions rushing toward Normandy. Destroy it, and entire units stall. Miss it, and men will die on the beaches by morning. The Mosquitoes descend through cloud breaks, marking targets with colored flares, red, green, yellow, burning with eerie clarity. Master bomber voices cut through the radio, calm and controlled, correcting aim, shifting markers by yards, not miles. German flak erupts instantly. The sky becomes violent. Shell bursts hammer the air, but the Mosquitoes weave through gaps that barely exist, adjusting, remarking, staying longer than any aircraft has the right to. This is where the Mosquito earns its reputation, not as a bomber, not as a fighter, but as the hand that guides destruction. Behind them, the heavies arrive. Bombs fall where the markers burn. Tracks twist. Trains vanish in fire. The German rear convulses in chaos, exactly as planned. Somewhere in a command bunker, a German officer realizes the truth. These wooden aircraft are not just raiders, they are architects. They decide where the hammer falls. The Mosquitoes turn for home, low fuel, engines still smooth. Crews are exhausted, focused, alive. But one final role awaits them, a mission that is not about factories or railways, a mission about time itself.
3rd May 1945. Northern Germany, 08:32 hours. The war is collapsing by the hour. Columns of refugees choke the roads. German units move without orders, weapons slung, faces hollow. Above it all, Mosquitoes range freely now, the sky finally theirs. No escorts, no caution, just purpose. One aircraft breaks away from patrol and drops low over a compound near Lübeck. Intelligence has marked it carefully. Inside are senior Nazi officials attempting to flee, to bargain, to survive the end they once promised others. The Mosquito makes one pass. That is all it needs. Rockets strike with brutal accuracy. Buildings erupt, vehicles burn. The aircraft climbs away before smoke has time to settle. No interception follows. There is no Luftwaffe left to answer. Elsewhere, mosquitoes race against surrender itself, carrying urgent messages, confirming ceasefires, preventing unnecessary destruction. They fly to camps, to cities, to front lines that are dissolving even as engines turn. For years, they were the aircraft that arrived first. Tonight, they are among the last. Back in Britain, ground crews watch them land, paint scarred, wood patched and darkened by oil and fire. These machines were laughed at, dismissed, called fragile. They outlived steel. The de Havilland Mosquito flew faster than fear, quieter than expectation, and smarter than doctrine. It did not just bomb Germany, it stole time from radar operators, from night fighters, from an enemy that never fully understood what hunted it. In the end, that may have been its greatest weapon. Not guns, not armor, silence.